My name is Josh, and in today's practice, we're going to do a little bit of hip, a little bit of shoulder, but primarily focus on the sweet spot between working with strength and working with flexibility. So, really balancing out both qualities in as many postures as we can. I hope you enjoy. I look forward to practicing with you again soon, and I'll see you next time. My name is Josh, and in today's practice, we're going to just do a pretty well-rounded class focusing on engaging of some muscles, lengthening of some muscles, and finding that sweet spot between the two. So begin by lying down on your back and set your feet flat to the floor with your knees bent. Have your arms by your side. Take a few breaths through your nose or your mouth as you settle into this first position. Not trying to take the deepest breath you've ever taken or the longest breath you've ever taken, but a breath that feels comfortable enough. And then from there, go ahead and bring your feet a little bit closer together and open up just your right knee to the right. Whether your right thigh finds the floor or not, it doesn't matter. The leg could be floating and that's beneficial. You could bring the leg all the way down and let the opposite hip lift up. Again, fine as well. There's not a right or wrong way. It's just that you're aware of what you're doing as you're doing it. At the end of the day is the most important thing. And then come back to center and do the same thing on the other side. So open up your left knee to the left. Again, the leg can float. If it's not on the floor, you can bring it to the floor. But again, taking note of how the opposite hip lifts up. And then come back to center. Now, from there, take your feet as wide as the mat. Now let both of your knees fall to the right. So you end up on the outer edge of the right foot and the inner edge of the left foot. And take the arms to 90 degrees. With the elbows bent, press the forearms down into the floor and turn your head and look left. So there's a little bit of rotation of the spine and a slight toning of the shoulder blades as they pull towards one another. And then come back to center. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So let both of the knees fall left. So you're on the outer edge of the left foot, the inner edge of the right foot, and the elbow still bent to 90 degrees with the back of the forearms pressing down. Rotate the head and look right. Okay, and then come back to center. So then from there, take your hands behind the back of your legs and come up into a seat. And then from a seated position, take your feet about as wide as the mat. Let both of your knees fall to the right. And then place your left hand on the right thigh for a twist, your right hand behind you, and turn your chest to your right and bring your chin towards your right shoulder. Try not to turn too far, because if you start to turn too far, this left hip, the hip opposite of the turn, will want to lift up away from the floor. So only turning an amount prior to the left hip lifting up. And then from there, come back to center, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. So now both knees are going to fall to the left. Right hand comes onto the thigh, left hand behind you. And as I said, only turning an amount or stopping before you feel your right hip wanting to lift up. All right, and then come back to center. Now from there, go ahead and take your shins back behind you like you're setting up a tabletop pose or a child's pose, where the shins are parallel towards each other, and then take your hips back towards your heels with your forehead down. And then from there, inhale, shift forward to tabletop pose, extend the spine, so arching the back. And then exhale your hips back to the heels. 2 more, inhale forward. And exhale back. And inhale forward. And exhale back. Okay, then on your next breath in, as you inhale, come forward and step your right foot outside of your right hand, so stepping forward and wide. Then as you exhale, rock your hips back onto your right heel, your right toes, and top of foot pulling towards you. Bend your right knee and breathe in again. And 2 more times, rock the hips back. So don't worry how straight your right leg is. Bend your right knee. More important is that your upper body moves down when the hips move back. Back on the breath out. Bend your right knee, lift your left knee up. And now hips back, keeping your right foot flat. 2 more times, bend and breathe in. Hips back and breathe out. And bend and breathe in. And hips back and breathe out. Now, keeping your right leg straight, angle your left foot like warrior one. So the back leg like warrior one, the front foot sort of like pyramid pose, and then crawl the fingertips out in front of you as if doing down dog. So in a way, it's like we're trying to combine warrior one, pyramid pose, and downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. All right, and then slide your hands back. Pivot onto the ball mount of your left foot, bend your right knee, step to downward facing dog, and we'll move straight to the other side. So lower your knees down, and as you inhale, step your left foot forward and wide. As you exhale, rock your hips back onto your left heel. Bend and breathe in. Hips back and breathe out. And bend and breathe in. And hips back and breathe out. As you inhale, bend your left knee and lift your right knee up. Exhale, both hips back. 2 more, bend and breathe in. Hips back and breathe out. Bend and breathe in. And then as you take the hips back, pause there and angle your right foot. So it's turned out. From there, call the fingertips forward. And again, like warrior one meets pyramid pose meets downward facing dog. All right, take 1 more breath. And then slide your hands back, pivot onto the ball mount of your right foot, bend your left knee, and then downward facing dog. All right, so go ahead and step to the front of your mat and bring your feet together. Inhale, lift halfway up. Fold forward as you exhale. And then inhale to mountain pose, arms up overhead. And then exhale your arms down by your side. All right, so you're going to want to be near the front of the mat. So we're going to step back. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from your hips. When your fingertips touch down, take a big step back with your right foot. Breathe in deeply there. And then exhale to downward dog. Step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale forward to high plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your toes tucked. Knees are up. Press the front of your hips down. And then lift up into cobra pose. This way. It's like cobra pose, but with plank pose on the legs. The legs stay very engaged. So toes are down, knees are up, hips are down. and chest is up. One more breath in. Exhale, lower. Plank or tabletop, push up. And down dog as you breathe out. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, lunge. Lower your left knee down. Come up with your hands on your hips. For like a modified crescent lunge. And then from there, shift the hips away from the top of the mat. Tuck your left toes under. Scoot your right foot forward a little bit. And then contract your left glute. And without losing that feeling, shift the hips back forward and reach your arms up overhead. So you have this like balance of strength. Because the toes are tucked, the glutes engaged, the right foot is pulling, but then you're lengthening the front of the left hip and then all four sides of the spine. So kind of balancing out, finding the sort of sweet spot between strength and lengthening muscles. Take one more breath in and then exhale your hands down, step forward to the front of your mat and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. And exhale your arms down. Left side, same way. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Take a big step back with your left foot and breathe in. And then downward dog on the breath out. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Then lower all the way down to your belly. Same thing. Inhale to cobra pose with your toes tucked. Knees up, hips down, and the chest up. So trying to engage the legs a lot, the back a lot. And breathe in. And then lower your chin, plank or tabletop, and downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale to lunge. Lower your right knee down, come up with your hands on your hips. And we're going to do the same thing. So start by shifting the hips away from the top of your mat. Tuck your right toes, contract your right glute, and then from the left foot, pull the hips forward. Then lift your arms up overhead and take a few breaths there. Breathe all the way in. And then exhale your hands down. Step forward to the front of your mat and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. And exhale your arms down. Let's do that same thing one time through, okay? Reach your arms up and breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back and breathe in. Down dog as you breathe out. Inhale, shift forward. And lower down. Cobra pose, inhale. Remember, toes stay tucked. Lower as you breathe out. Press up, inhale. And down dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, lunge. Left knee down, arms up overhead, one breath. And then exhale, hands down, step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. And exhale your arms down. Reach up, inhale. Fold and breathe out. Left foot back, inhale. Down dog on the exhale. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Cobra pose, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale to plank. And downward facing dog on your breath out. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, lunge. Lower your right knee. Inhale your arms up overhead. And then exhale your hands down, step forward. And fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. And then exhale your arms down. Good. So from here, take your feet together, bend your knees, and inhale to a chair pose. Take Utkatasana. And then right at the creases of the hips, try to move back and tip your upper body slightly forward. Then take the elbows to 90 degrees. Try to position the forearms so they're at the same angle of the spine. Typically the elbows are going to be a little bit high, just if you're tight through the chest. So feel as if the elbows are dropping and the back of the hands raising upward. Forearms in line with the spine. Sit a little lower. And then on your next breath in, stand up, reach your arms up, and then exhale your arms down. So 2 more times. Inhale to chair pose, so sit back. Exhale, elbows to 90 degrees. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to 90 degrees. Inhale, stand up. And now fold forward. Take the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then this time as you exhale, step back to plank pose and lower halfway down. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step through to a lunge. Take your left hand towards the left side of the mat and reach your right arm up to twist. So in this first twist, we're going to do 2 forms of twists that are very similar. This one, when we place the left hand wide, it's a lot easier to balance because we have this really wide base of support, essentially 3 points of contact. So it's a little bit easier in terms of balance-wise. Peel the chest away from the right thigh, take 1 more breath in, and then lower your right hand down. Now, inhale to crescent lunge, come up with your hands on your hips. Bend your back knee a little bit to pull the hips under the shoulders. Keep the hips under the shoulders, re-engage your left leg. Then lift your arms up overhead. And now from there, bend your elbows to 90 degrees like we've been doing. Start to bend your left knee a little bit and sit into the left foot. Raise your right heel up off the ground. And then try to pull your 2 feet towards each other. So there's just very strong engagement of the legs. Take 1 more breath in. Another breath out. Lower your right heel, straighten both legs, reach up, and then fold to your right thigh. A few breaths there. It's like a modified, it's like low lunge with the front leg straight. Take 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, bend your right knee. So here's the second form of the twist. Take your left hand to the right of your right foot. So you're coming over the foot, outside of the foot. Now begin to turn the chest open. Here we essentially have 2 points of contact, the right foot, left hand, and the back foot. So it's a little bit harder to balance in this position. And as you reach up, try to turn not from the arm, feel like you're turning under the arm. And engage the back leg a lot. Take 1 more breath in. And then exhale, chaturanga. Step back, halfway down. Inhale. And downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, lunge. And then keep your right palm down. Turn your chest open to the left. And reach your left arm up. And because the right hand is wide, we have left foot, right hand, right foot, these 3 points of contact. And for this first one, we're pulling away from the left thigh. 1 more breath. And then lower your left hand. Slide your hands to your hips. Come up into crescent lunge. Bend the back knee slightly. Hips under the shoulders. Then arms up. Engage your right leg. Doesn't need to be straight, just active. And then from there, elbows to 90 degrees. Sit into your right foot. Raise your left heel. Pull your feet towards each other. Couple breaths. Okay, then lower your left heel, straighten both legs, reach your arms up, and now fold to your left thigh. So modified pyramid pose or a modified low lunge. And inhale one more time. Then with your breath out, bend your left knee. Take your right hand outside of the foot. Again, now we only have really 2 points of contact. Turn the chest. Turn from the spine, reach the left arm up. Engage the back leg a lot. Inhale one more time. And then exhale your hands down. Step back, lower halfway down. Upward facing dog. And downward dog. All right. So let's repeat that just one time through. All right, look forward, step to the front of your mat and bring your feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. And then exhale your arms by your side. Bend your knees, inhale to chair pose, sitting back. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, step back and lower halfway down. Upward dog. And downward facing. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale to lunge. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale to crescent lunge, reach up. So you exhale, bend your elbows, back knee, raise your front heel. Inhale everything up. Exhale, fold to your right thigh. Stay and breathe in. And bend your right knee. Left hand comes outside of the foot, right arm up, inhale. And then exhale to low plank. Upward dog. And downward. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lower your hand. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, bend your elbows, back knee, lift your front heel. Inhale, reach up. Fold to your left thigh. Stay and breathe in. And then bend your left knee as you breathe out. Right hand outside of the foot, twist open, inhale. And then exhale to low plank. Upward dog. And downward facing. All right, take 3 breaths. All right, now lift your right leg up. Step wide for runner's lunge. So step your foot outside of your hand, lower your left knee down. Then reach back with your right hand and grab a hold of the left foot, if you can. If you can't, no problem, you can leave the shin down. And then if it's possible, take your left forearm to the ground, grab a hold of your right foot. Turn your chest to the right. If you find that your right heel is now behind the knee, scoot your right foot forward. From the right foot, pull the hips forward. And if you can, try to keep some contraction or some tone to your left glute. And then your left elbow, feel like you're slightly pulling it towards your left knee. That keeps the left collarbone wide. Take 2 more breaths. One more breath. All right, release your left foot, press up to your palms, and then downward facing dog. All right, lift your left leg up. And then step left foot wide, lower your right knee down, and the same thing. Left hand, reach it back, grab a hold of your right foot if you can, right forearm to the floor, or block if you can, grab a hold of the left foot. In the same way, make sure the stance is long enough. The left foot is pulling the pelvis forward. Your right glute a little bit engaged, and you're turning. As you turn the right elbow, like it's pulling towards the right knee. Two more breaths. Okay, and then release your right foot. Press up onto your palms. And then downward facing dog. All right, lower your knees down, come into child's pose for a couple breaths. And come up to a seat, swing your legs around out in front of you. And then what I want you to do from here is open up your right knee to the right, sort of like what we did on the back at the beginning. Then with your left elbow, bring your left elbow outside of the thigh. I want you to push your left knee, left thigh into the left elbow as the arm pulls in. It's fine to have the left hip lifting up and try to get your right thigh down to the ground. As you do that, then start to turn your chest to the right. So when the chest turns right, you'll see the left knee wants to follow, but we're pushing out into the arm so that it doesn't. So the chest turns right and the left leg presses left. And we're rotating the spine and breathing. And then come back to center. This is actually a really important move that we're going to bring into the next couple poses. So left knee opens up left, your right elbow is outside of the thigh. You're pushing the leg into the arm, turning the chest away from the leg. Okay, one more breath. All right, and then come back to center. All right, shift your shins back and take downward facing dog again. Raise your hips. Then lift your right leg up. Step all the way through to a lunge. Spin your back foot flat, and then we're going to take a triangle pose. So straighten your front leg, slide your fingertips back, or you can even take the hand onto the shin. Turn your chest, and then reach your left arm up. Okay, now trying to replicate what we just did on from a seated position. Bend your right knee, bring your right fingertips outside of the foot, left hand reaches overhead. Push your leg into your arm, and if the floor is too far, you can grab a block or place the hand onto something, but try to have your hand outside of the foot. So the leg is pushing out into the arm, and your chest is turning away from the leg. So thighs pushing right, chest is turning left simultaneously. A few breaths. Okay, then take your left hand onto your left hip, shift your weight forward and come into half moon pose. Pick your left leg up. Right toes are facing forward, right knee is facing forward. Keep your right fingertips down. Not going to be in this too long. Okay, and then take your right fingertips back, bend your right knee, big step back. The side angle pose again. So leg pushes out into the arm, chest turns. And then keep that feeling, come up into warrior two. So as you pull the shoulders up over the hips, the thigh is still pushing right and the chest is still turning left. And keep that same feeling in reverse warrior, right arm up, thigh pushing right, torso, chest turning left, and breathe in. And then exhale to downward facing dog, hands down, step back. Other side, lift your left leg up. Step through, spin your back foot flat, straighten your left leg and come into triangle pose. Left ball mound, left inner heel pushing down. You want to make sure your knee is still facing forward. And then from there to side angle pose. Fingertips outside of the leg pushing into the arm, or use a block. And as you push the leg out, turn the chest away from the leg. So you're working the leg out and turning the chest. They're going to feel like opposing actions. Again, like we saw sitting down, the knee pushing out, we'll try and turn the chest down, but we're turning the chest up. Okay, right hand to your right hip, shift forward, and then take half moon pose for a few breaths, balancing. All right, and then slide your hand back. Bend your left knee back to side angle pose. Keep the hand on the hip, thigh out, chest turns open. Keep that feeling, come up into warrior two. Thigh out, chest turns. And then reverse warrior, left arm up, still thigh out, chest turns. Breathe in. And then downward facing dog, hands down, step back. All right, now let's move into the inner thigh, engaging the inner thigh. Lift your right leg up and step through. This time come into warrior one with your hands on your hips. Take your right foot a little bit to the right. The left foot is definitely at an angle. Then slide your right arm under the left like eagle pose. If you can bring the palms together, do that. Otherwise, having the hands separate is fine. And now fold inside of your right thigh. And now squeeze the leg into the right shoulder. So try to squeeze your right thigh into your right shoulder. The temptation is to squeeze from the knee. Feel like you're pulling in from the middle of the thigh. It's a very different feeling in terms of its effect on the right sitting bone. The knee tends to swing the sitting bone right. The center of the thigh pulls the sitting bone in, which is what we want. Couple more breaths. One more breath. Okay, and then hands down, downward facing dog. And then left leg up. Step through. And to warrior one with your hands on your hips. Widen your stance a little bit. And then left arm under right. Palms together or apart, and then fold inside of the leg. With the left thigh squeezing into the shoulder, trying to pull from the middle part of the leg. All right, and then release your hands down, downward facing dog. All right, go ahead and step to the front of your mat and bring your feet together. Lift halfway up. Fold as you exhale. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. And then exhale your arms down. So just a touch of balance. Bend your knees like you're doing chair pose with your hands on your hips, and then cross your right leg over the left. Take your right arm under the left, and then in a very similar position to Humble Warrior or how we did Warrior 1, you can bring the elbows onto the leg, onto the knee, or if you can, try to get the elbows in front of the knee, which allows you to get even more flexed in the hips. So this is kind of like a version of a eagle pose, like eagle pose meets the Humble Warrior pose. So letting the shoulder blades pull wide. Okay, unravel the arms, hands to your hips. Unravel the legs, stand up, and set your right foot down. Pause for a moment there. And then bend your knees. Same thing on the other side. So left leg over, left arm under, elbows on the thighs, on the knees, or in front of, if you can get there. Again, with the shoulder blades pulled wide on the back of the ribs. All right, unravel the arms, hands to hips, unravel the legs to stand up and set your left foot down. Okay, take your feet as wide as the mat. Turn your toes out and squat down into malasana. And then bring your elbows to the inner thighs, palms turning in. You could always do this sitting on a block as well. Push the legs out and then actively squeeze the legs into the arms as the arms push out. So engaging the inner thighs. So arms push out, legs squeeze in. Take one more breath. Then fold forward, hands down, lift your hips, turn your feet parallel. Couple breaths. Okay, so turn the toes back out. Bend your knees and squat down. And then this time, take the elbows outside of the knees, if you can, and then push the legs out into the arms as the arms pull into the legs. So it's the opposite now, engaging the outer hips in malasana. So our legs push out, arms pull in. One more breath in. And then fold forward, raise the hips, turn the feet parallel again. Good. And now this time, turn the toes out, bend the knees and squat down. And we're going to do a pose that's very similar to half moon pose, but similar enough. So what you'll do from here is take your palms down, lift your hips up a little bit, and turn your feet parallel to each other. So listen carefully. So you're going to reach your right hand all the way out to the right, off the floor. Take your right hand around your right leg, and then standing on your right foot, bring your left foot into your palm. Now your heel pulls to the hip. Start to open up your hips to the left, like half moon, as you straighten your right leg. It's called a bilateral fold. Then look under your left armpit, up towards your left knee. Won't hold it too long. Okay, back to malasana. Squat down. And then the last time, last side. Lift the hips a little, turn the feet parallel. Left hand reaches left. It comes around the left leg, around the back of the left leg. Shift the weight to your foot, left foot, right foot into your left hand. And then you're going to open up right as you straighten the left leg. You're folding and twisting and opening and looking under your right armpit towards the right knee. And back to malasana. Perfect. And bring your hands behind you, have a seat. All right, really good. Now, set your feet flat to the floor. Take your left foot outside of your right hip for Ardha Matsyendrasana. And then your right leg up and over. Wrap your left arm around your right thigh, right hand behind you, turn the chest. As you turn the chest, push your leg out into the arm. And then come back to center. And then to the other side, take your right foot outside of your left hip, left leg up and over. If it's uncomfortable on your right knee, you could straighten your right leg. That works well. Right hand wraps around and turn the chest. Other way. Okay, and then come back to center. Then unraveling the legs, lower all the way down onto your back. Take your right knee into your chest. And then grab the outer edge of your right foot like you're doing happy baby pose on the right side. Extend your left leg out, almost like runner's lunge. And then switch sides, pull your left foot in, set your right foot down. Left knee in. Grab the outer edge of your foot, right leg out. A few breaths there. And then pull your right foot in, left foot down. And then extend your legs out into Shavasana and take one final rest here. Your arms by your side, toes turn open. Position yourself comfortably and rest here. And as always, I'm going to give you the space here to take all the time you need to ourselves and each other, the practice teachings, and to the yoga tradition. Thank you.